What's going on, people? It's Mr. Door back again with the previous show. I hope everyone's fit and well. And yes, I'm still happy after Forest's fantastic win against Newcastle. But we've got another massive challenge, and this time against Manchester United. If you are new to the channel, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you know. I've done a poll up for who's going to win the game out of Forest, Man U, or you think it's a draw. Please get it in and get your score prediction as well. Right, I've got a special guest, new to the channel, big Man U fan. I'm always seeing his face on Talksport. He's got a new channel called Forever United TV. The man himself, Adam. How are you doing, Adam?
Very good, mate. Very good. I think we're both a little bit more upbeat after recent results, aren't we, for our respective clubs?
Yes, 100%. 100%. As you know, Aston Villa did a Forest, basically. Like I said, Villa were 2-0 up. And Man U won 3-2. So basically, as you know, Forest. We are going to talk about that game as well, people. But as you know, Forest were 2-0 up and Man U come back to 3-2. But like I said, people, make sure everyone subscribe to Adam. Adam, before we do talk about the game, talk about your channel so people can follow it.
Yeah, Forever United TV. Most people know me from my time on the United stand, working there. But I'm just doing my own thing now. So. Yeah, everything United, match days, live streams, journalists, media people on. There's loads, absolutely loads. I'm just loving doing my own thing now. So yeah, it's comfortable and yeah, it's easy to do when it's your own because you can throw as much as you want into it and get as much back.
100%. So basically, like I said, everyone make sure to subscribe to Forever United TV. The title is in the link, so people go and subscribe now. Right, Adam, before we do talk about the game, let's talk about the mad game that what happened at Old Trafford. As far as fans know, I went to the game. We was 2-0 up against you lot. How was you feeling? Is it the first time at Old Trafford someone scored 2 goals in the first 5 minutes?
Right, yeah, it was. I don't think anyone could sort of like figure out what was going on. It was kind of a weird scenario. I don't even think fans were like you could actually comprehend what was actually happening. It was crazy, and you just thought, you know what? If anything, Forest have just scored too early here. That was like the thought. It's like if we get a goal, at least one, then this is going to be too much for Forest. For instance, that happened 30, 40 minutes in. Or you going in at half time? It's a different ball game, isn't it? But it's good scoring 2 goals, but I think you can score goals early or too early, and I think you guys did, but it was surreal. It was like, well, hang on, what has just happened? Like, how are we 2-0 down?
And then all Forest fans it was like, what the hell is happening? I know Man U were bad before that, but scoring 2 goals, I thought this is not happening.
Yeah, it was surreal, wasn't it? It was like a weird sort of dream. It's like, does that normally happen? But yeah, I mean, obviously we're coming off the back of a really good home record the season before, and obviously our season's unravelled, and that was probably a sign of what was to come for us, that game against Forest. But we got away with it in that game, and yeah, you guys took advantage of our weaknesses. And you probably deserve more out of the game in the end. I think we probably just edged it, and I think in reality, I think we probably earned the win. But for your start, I think you guys probably earned, or probably thought you would have got a bit more out of the game.
Yeah, personally, like I said, the start was quick. I think it was like the first 25 minutes. I think we could have got more if we just took advantage of it. But as you know, Man U with the 2-0 down, there was a bit aggressive towards us and all that. But like I said, you won 3-2. But your season's been up and down, Adam. And let's talk about your manager first, because he won a Carabao Cup last season. But as you know, out the Champions League, and it's been up and down, but mostly downs. As a Man U fan, what's your thoughts on everything and what's happening? With your manager first.
Yeah, with Ten Hag, I think as a Manchester United manager, you look at what's happened this season, and automatically looking in from the outside, you would say that's a sackable offence straight away. Ten Hag, you cannot lose. I think 14 games lost this season already. That's more than last season. Our record is shocking this season in the cup competitions as well, which held us up last season. We literally, what was it, all the way to the final of the FA Cup, obviously to the final of the Carabao Cup, which we won. Quarterfinals of the Europa League. It's like we've got nothing to play for now. It feels weird this season, but For Ten Hag, I feel like this season's the second season syndrome, big time for him. He's going to still find the style of play, which is the big criticism of most United fans right now. We can understand that it is difficult. There are some players, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. The takeover stuff, there's the Mason Greenwood issue he's had to deal with, then Jadon Sancho. Obviously, David De Gea at the start of the season.
Yeah, it's been a mess. I thought Forest was a mess, but looking at it, it's like Man U, the biggest one of the biggest clubs in the world. It's just every day something's happening, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the spotlight is on United constantly, all the time. It is. It's like every single decision. It's like I've been saying a lot. I said, why is no one talking about Eddie Howe? Why is no one talking about Pochettino? Yeah. It's because they're not United. No one really cares. Spotlight is on United constantly. I mean, I think there was one social media post. Garnacho's goal against Everton got more traction on social media than City's treble winning post.
Wow,
it's crazy at the size of the club and what it brings in. So the spotlight is hard. Actually managing this Manchester United team is difficult enough, but with what's going on above him and the mess that's been brought to him and what he's dealing with, it's even harder. So there's a lot of United fans who actually think along that side of it and go, well, look what he's dealing with. He's doing a lot of good off the pitch. He's setting a new culture. But Manchester United only run well off the pitch if we're running well on it. They have to be winning games. Otherwise, everything else just seems to just fall apart. So the fact that he is just getting results at the right times and just clinging on, and then hopefully he can see through this January transfer window, get rid of some absolute we call them deadwoods, but I just call them.
But who would you call deadwood? Because as a Forest fan, you're not playing great, but who would you class as deadwood? Because of that, there's still good players from a Forest fan.
Put it this way, mate. I've just been on my channel and I've just brought out a poll onto, I think, about 13, 14 players in our current squad who are all getting game time. 4 of them lasted. Every other player was voted out.
Really? You're not going to have a team.
No, that's it, mate. The only reason we couldn't carry it on is because we had no one left. But yeah, honestly, the United fan base is torn with these fans, with these players at the moment. There's no connection. They got it back against Villa because the fans got behind them, the atmosphere was up, and the players finally reacted to it. We got performances from the likes of Rashford, and Bruno came back a little bit into the game, but it's always been a false dawn this season, mate. So the fear is for United. You'd have thought, for instance, the Chelsea game, we beat them 2-1, we looked good. We then got beat 3-0 by Bournemouth. The Liverpool game, we got a draw at Anfield, which anyone would take. We got smashed by West Ham. Villa, fighting for the title, we beat them, and then we got used lot. And it's like, right, okay, Erik, can you continuously get this performance week in, week out? This is what the fans are waiting for. So everyone is watching this game this weekend and going, we'll see if it's a false dawn or a turning point. And I think this is where he's going to be really judged now, because he can't afford to do what he's been doing the rest of the season. How we are in the league at where we are, I do not know, but we are 1 win less than what Manchester City have got this season. And we're absolutely...
I never knew that.
10 wins we've had, and City have had 11, and we're absolutely...
And Man U in crisis. That's what I don't understand. 10 wins, and Man U... The way Man U'd say, they're in crisis, like, it's still...
We don't draw. We don't draw, mate. We've had 2 draws in all competitions all season. We've had 8 defeats and 10 wins and 1 draw. So we don't draw. So that's why we pick up points, because we're not losing them 2-pointers. We either win or lose. So it's good omen for this weekend. At least it'll be exciting.
No, I was saying, before we talk a different subject, like Erik Ten Hag, like I said, I've always said, look, he's come from a Dutch league. He won the Carabao Cup. How much pressure in? Because like we've seen the Radcliffe, he's bought to 25% shares now. If Forest win against Man U, there's going to be, like I said, you're back to square one again, and then you're going to think January window's coming up soon. Do you think he's going to be so much under pressure if Man U do lose against Forest?
Yeah, he's going to be under immense pressure now that decision has been made and the announcements come through. I think it's hyped it up even more, because Ineos are coming in and talking best in class. So they've got full control over all
football business.
Yeah, so they don't have to go to the Glazers. If they want to sack someone, if they want to sign someone, They go get it done. So they don't need to speak to anyone else right now. They have full control. And Ten Hag needs to get consistency and get it quick and show that he can actually turn this team around. Because like we said, he's isolated Jadon Sancho.
Yeah,
he needs
which I don't get. I don't get. He's still a class player. That's why I don't.
He's got potential, mate, but he is a bad egg. He's got form for it. He's fell out with every single club that he's been at. He's had issues all the way through his career. And like we said, for a player to be on his PlayStation the eve of Manchester United's opening Champions League game of the season, it's not a good look, is it? It's not a good look. And yeah, so if Ten Hag is going to stay, he needs this team that's out there now to perform for him, because obviously with United being cash strapped and not having much to spend, questions are going to be asked about Sancho. Can we bring him back? Can someone else make him work? Are we doing something in the sporting side of things, which Ineos are looking into, that can make this asset actually work for us? So Ten Hag's method, he needs to see this through, and this team needs to really turn up for him. Otherwise, them other little questions of stuff that he's decided on and made decisions on are going to come back and probably bite him in the ass.
100%. We've got to talk about the goalkeeper situation, Adam, because it was crazy letting De Gea leaving. And I thought to myself, when you brought Urana from Ajax, I thought to myself, it's a downgrade. And for now, looking at it now, it's a complete downgrade. That's what me as a Forest fan. But what's your opinion on it? Like when like I said, when we went 2-0 up, I thought to myself, wow. I saw Man U fans bring back De Gea back. But what is going on? What's going on?
He's actually had some good games in Arno. He's kept us in a few games, but obviously as a goalkeeper, your mistakes are highlighted more than any other player on the pitch. The only problem he's had is he's made a few. He single-handedly pretty much put us out of the Champions League in the mistakes that he's made. He's cost us so many points this season, but I think De Gea's time was up at United. Every fan thought that. I think they were all upset. A lot of them were upset with how he was dealt with at the end of his career. And let's not forget, this is a goalkeeper that's 6 months without a club now. No one's buying De Gea. So there's clearly something going on there with him. So he's no perfect goalkeeper. Let's get that straight, David De Gea. He was making clangers himself last season. Big ones in big games costing us as well. United have always had this problem over the years with goalkeepers and getting the right ones. But, I mean, Onana is a good goalkeeper. He's just, as these games, which obviously are highlighted, it's like the old review system, isn't it? It's like you need 10 good ones to cover up a bad review. The problem with Onana is he's making a blunder every 3 games, I would say. And he's not getting a chance to sort of build up a bit of a better reputation amongst the fans. But it was always going to be tough to replace De Gea because he'd been there so long and the fans had grown to knowing only De Gea being in goal. But we're going to lose him for AFCON. We've got Bayındır, the Turkish goalkeeper. He's going to be taking his place. So we'll see. We're going to lose him for about a month. So we'll see if anything changes then. And then it's going to be another decision for Ten Hag. If Man
U play good, if Man U play good in that January window, then you never know.
That's
you can start one. Yeah.
That's how you judged as a manager at United. It's like, well, you've spent the money on that keeper, but if someone else is doing better, have you got the balls to make that big call and leave your big signing out? He's done it before. He's not had a problem. He's dealt with Ronaldo. He took the captaincy off Maguire. He's the one who said De Gea isn't staying. The club and De Gea agreed to the deal, but Ten Hag was the one who said no. So he's not scared of making big calls. We'll see. Hopefully, Bayındır does himself proud and he can give him that headache to make and that decision to make.
100%. I can talk about individual players over and over again, Adam, but I'm not going to keep wasting talking about individual players. But there's one player that I do want to talk about is Marcus Rashford, because every single time he plays against Forest, he just torments him every time with his pace and everything. But are you disappointed with the way that's happened with him this season?
Yeah, massive. Rashford has been the one player that a lot of the fan base have just literally said, look at the body language. I'm sick to death of him. This is the type of player which is going to bring Manchester United down. Who'd have thought that after 30 goals last season? He got his new contract, and that's what fans see. You automatically see, don't you? Oh, yeah, you've done well for a season to get your contract, and now you've just gone back to sulking again. He turned up against Villa. Honestly, mate, that was the only game I've seen him play well in all season. and that's halfway through the season. I know what you're saying. He did absolutely rip you a new one last season.
He did at City Ground. At the City Ground, he did as well. He absolutely.
Yeah.
This one I'm a bit worried about. This one I'm a bit worried about. Like I said, you beat Villa. You just said he played all right against Villa. Now that confidence could come to Forest. Like, I'm worried about him because he's still a class player. Whatever Man U fans say, but if, like I said, do you think he needs to, from now to the end of the season, get back to his form that everyone knows what he does?
He 100% needs to just rediscover what he found in that Villa game. If he does, then he'll be fine. He will. But he's a Manchester lad. He's come through the academy. And, it's not fair to heap all of that pressure onto a player just because he's come through the youth system. He knows the area.
Adam, we get the same. We get the same with our academy players. It's always the scapegoat, if you want to say that. But we get the same. I fully understand. Like I said,
on that side of things, though, it's like we know, though, like it's like we don't want to heap the pressure on. That's not fair on them. But one thing you do expect is you expect that youth player to understand the club more than, say, a foreign player coming. You understand what it means to the fans more than what's another player coming in from another country would, what the expectations are. You grew up as a fan, then you should know what it means to the fan base. And the way that Rashford's walked around this season, that's the reason why the fans have been on him. Because, mate, honestly, if you sat there and watched this guy for 90 minutes sometimes this season, you'd go, you utter disgrace. Like, get off the pitch. That's what it's been like. He's been a slapped ass all season, mate. And then all of a sudden against Villa, and this is why I would the only reason I would worry about Manchester United as a Forest fan right now was the fact that Garnacho, Højlund, Rashford and Bruno, our front four, all turned up in the second half. And if they click, then you've got that youthful energy, and them four alone can turn it on. I mean, you thought Rashford was quick, mate. Wait until you see Højlund in a sprint. Dear God, I've never seen anything like it. The man is like...
I'm not worried, Adam. I've seen him. I can't judge him. Wait. I'll be honest. I wasn't... Because it's Manchester United. And it was 72 million, 75 million you brought him. I just personally thought you could have got someone... Even,
mate, we should have got Harry Bleeding Kane.
This is my point, Adam. Like, and he's come from Italian league, completely different to Premier League. And the first one, I'm scratching my head. I'm thinking, what's Manchester United doing? But I don't want to talk about individual players because we can talk over and over again about each player. But let's just switch it a little bit. Like, as a Man U fan, and you spend more time watching Man U, what do you think about Forest? Because we got rid of Steve Cooper, we brought Nuno, who was. What do you think about that appointment? Was it?
Yeah, mate, honestly, I know a couple of Forest fans well. One of them played on my lads' football team last season. Home and away, lived in Manchester, but went home and away with them. Travelled back down to Nottingham for every single game. Idolised Cooper, mate. They thought he was the man because he brought them up. I think that holds a lot with fans.
That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem.
That's what you've seen, I think.
Like myself. I'll be honest, like myself.
It is. You've seen what he's done, and for you guys to be so long out of the league, out of the Premier League, and then for Cooper to be the one that brings you back to the promised land, that's hard to let go and forget. I understand that. The sentimental side of things, but I don't like Nuno. Honestly, I don't like his brand of football. He had a great team. No, he had a great team with Wolves, and they were hard to beat. They were a nightmare for United. We always had a tough game against him. And when he gets it right and he gets the plays that he wants in place, good manager, very good manager, organised, and you'll see that with him, I feel. You'll see every player in that team knowing exactly where they need to be. I would say that especially the shape, you'll know exactly what his plan is. That's what I figured out with him when he was the Wolves manager. And I went home and away. I've seen every United Wolves game since they came back up into the Premier League at Molineux and at Old Trafford. And he was just hard to beat, and he had the right players in the right places. I don't think he did at Spurs. I don't think he had the time, and the expectation was too much for him.
Yeah, too much. I think he went there early. He went there too early.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was the right fit, but the wrong time.
Yeah.
What you've got and the players that I know that Forest have got, it does suit Nuno in what you've got there already. In the players that you've got. I'm thinking, I know Omi's still out injured, isn't he, for you guys?
He's still injured,
massive. When he comes back in, there's your Jimenez right there, your focal point. Then you've got your speed with Elanga, you've got your Gibbs White, you've got all of these other players working around him. That's what they had at Wolves. They had a focal point, they had a shape, the midfield, and they had people who could cross the ball. And now I think you've definitely got that in Elanga. You've got that Gibbs White, other players as well that you've got in there, but they're the ones that stand out for me. I'm not forgetting Wood because obviously.
Are you worried about Wood? Because he did get a hat trick against Newcastle. Are you worried?
No, I said for that reason alone, mate. We're frail at centre back, and you guys can cross the ball. I know what you've got in Elanga. Trust me, I know what that kid has got. Yeah, I know what that kid has got.
He frustrates me, Adam. Let me say something about Elanga. When he was at Man U, did he frustrate you? Because he frustrates me. He's got the pace, but it's just the final third. Was it the same with Man U?
Yeah, 100%, mate. He'll run forever and a day. He will put in more work rate than anyone else on the pitch, guaranteed. And he is quick. Yes, and do you know what he is, mate? And that was the song that we sung about him, Rhythm is a Dancer. That's the song that we sang to Elanga. And he's absolutely immense in the air. I don't know if you've picked up on it yet, but he's brilliant in the air. He just needs. He
has scored a goal. He has scored a goal with his head.
Yeah, he needs that final product. Not so much in his cross. He's got a good cross on him. I'll give him that. It's that decisive pass that world-class players have.
Yes.
The good players, but not so good, have. It's his decision-making when he gets in, just in front of the box. I think that's where it's let him down for United. And you need to have that. But in a wide position, I think he's very dangerous. I mean, you've got someone like a Wami or a Wood, good, strong centre forwards. I feel like that is perfect for him and perfect for Nuno.
But one thing about Elanga, do you wish he was in the Man U side, or you got better?
No, I don't. I never rated him good enough in terms of ahead of the players that we've got in.
Yeah.
He may have got more opportunity at a different time at United. You just don't know. I mean, Garnacho's burst onto the scene now. We've obviously got Kobe Mainu as well, who's burst onto the scene.
Player. I like him.
It could have been Elanga. He just came in when Manchester United were a mess, and we were talking between the Ole and Ralph Rangnick era. Didn't know where, and no player knew where he was coming or going, and he had Ronaldo in front of him, mate. So he's just, you're not going to get in that team when you've got Ronaldo there, and he was probably the right player at the wrong time for United because he's reliable and he can do a job. But at best, he was a squad player, I would have said, for us.
100%. Like I said, we can talk over for this, but there's just two more questions, Adam. Like I said, big game for both clubs. Like the Forest come on for a big win against Newcastle. Man U won Aston Villa. What's your prediction for tomorrow? Like I said, it's going to be tough for Man U. Like I said, away from them. Like I said, you got a point at Liverpool. That was so important. But what's your opinion on tomorrow's game?
I fancy United to sneak it 2-1, somewhere like that. I think it's going to be. I think it's a cut and thrust game. I think both teams are up for it. That's good for the neutral. Absolutely devastating for us because we're going to be up and down and all over the place. But I fancy United just to sneak it, but only because we've got all our forwards actually just hitting a little bit of form. If it was the week before or just after West Ham, I'd have been calling you guys winning it. But you know what? Any result would not surprise me in this game. Win, lose, or draw for either side. I don't think anyone's going to be surprised at all because Forest at home, City ground, atmosphere. I was there in every game last season. You guys put on a right show.
Don't remind us of scores, Adam. I don't know. It was horrible.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
I'm not going to mention it because I'll end up just joning myself and saying it's going to happen. I'm not going to curse it. I really am not.
No, if you want to curse it, you can. But like I said, I think it was 2-0 and 3-0. Because I remember, was it the league game that we had Maguire did a handball? If you remember, we should have got a blatant penalty. And everyone talks about Manchester United and blah, blah, blah. But that game, we should have got at least point out. Sorry, but
in fact, talk about Ireland, you guys conceded to bleeding Weghorst, so I'm confident.
we did. Oh, again, that's why I don't want to talk about him because that's a player that he wasn't scoring at all, and then he comes to City ground and he scored. So here's what it is. Last but not least, Adam, like I said, Man U, big club. But Champions League football is so important for you next season. Do you think you'll get top 4?
Do you know what, mate? I don't think it's even top 4. We're probably going to scrape into the Champions League in the top 5.
It's top 5, isn't it? It's top 5, isn't it?
Yeah, we probably end up getting that extra place because of all the English teams in Europe right now. No thanks to us, United. We ducked out on the first hurdle, but yeah, everyone else, the way it's going, looks like we will get them points for that extra place. So top 5 actually get Champions League. So I think we'll luckily get back into it. I think 5th, 6th is where this team is at right now, mate, honestly. And I think we'll just scrape in. But it's a crazy season. Honestly, I couldn't have predicted how mad this season's going to be. Halfway through the season for City to be out the top 4. Everton, what's happened with them? We're ahead of Newcastle and Chelsea, and we still think we're bad. It shows you how bad other teams are as well.
Exactly.
Anyone. I didn't have you guys beating Newcastle. I did not see that.
I don't think. No. It was funny, right? But I don't want to talk over about it. But the team that we had against Newcastle, I had it was at least a draw. But just to win against Newcastle, the team we had was confident. And if Man U's form, if we played away against Newcastle, against Man U, I think a draw. I'll take a draw. This is how I'm a bit confident because the way we played against you lot at Old Trafford is completely different because now we've got Nuno. I think Forest fans, do you think we'll take a draw? I'll take a draw. And that will get Man U fans upset because I always see Man U fans a little bit upset about the way they are, but I'll take it. But Adam, you know what? It's been a pleasure, Adam, for taking your time on the channel. Make sure, like I said, I'm on Adam's channel tomorrow. What time is it tomorrow, Adam? So people can.
It should be about 6:30 tomorrow, mate. We're live.
Yeah, so I'll be on Adam's channel tomorrow, 6:30. So if you can do a massive favor for Adam, please click on the link. It's in the title, Forever United TV. Please click the link and subscribe to the channel. Because I do watch his channel, and I've seen on TalkSport, and he said United stand. But I'm a massive fan of you, Adam, because you do present yourself fantastic.
That, mate.
But listen, make sure everyone subscribe to Adam. And as well, people, if you are rewatching this, get your score predictions in the comment section as well. Make sure you subscribe. I'll be at the game. Are you doing a watch along for your channel, Adam?
Yeah, I'll be doing a watch along for this one. I just refuse to pay some of them stupid prices for the tickets this season. So yeah, needs must, mate. I'm in this new kitchen that I'm filming from right now.
Okay, I can tell. I can see it because if you watch Adam's, he's got the green screen on it. And
yeah,
it's class. But it's been a pleasure, Adam. Thank you for coming on the channel. Make sure everyone subscribe. Everyone, make sure everyone subscribes to the channel. Please do hit the like button if you can, people. Massive game for Nottingham Forest on Saturday. Can we get Erik Ten Hag the sack? Can we get a win? Can we get the Man U fans upset again? That's all we want. We need a big win for Nuno. Thank you everyone watching, and I'll see you on Saturday for the game. Peace and love. Guys. Up the Reds.